sound. Calling all stars out there. You know who you are. This is dedicated to you. All to you.
We are
What?
forever stars. We come and go. Tomorrow's old.
Yes.
Forever stars.
Woo. I like the sound of this one. Talk to me.
And I know we can be so much more than what we are. We can be so much more than how we live. We all came here for a reason of difference, to experience our lives in mysterious circumstances. Where we find ourselves is where we chose to be, forever changing. That's how it's supposed to be. And we are forever stars. Of course we are. We shine and glow, illuminate the sky without getting old. Stars shining brightly now. Shine on,
Oh,
shine on.
sing it for me now. Come on.
We are
Yes.
forever stars.
Forever stars.
We come and go.
Don't raise your head down, raise your head up.
Tomorrow's
You
old.
can start now. Start looking up at the sky. Yes, that's better.
Forever stars.
That's what we came here to do.
We are
What we came here to do is just
forever
manifest
stars.
greatness,
We come
abundance,
and go.
joy in our
Tomorrow's
hearts.
old.
We're not crying on this one. We're not sad or anything like that. We're just celebrating.
Forever
That's what we're made of.
stars.
We're made of stars. Sing with me. Here today, gone tomorrow.
Whether we like it or not,
Times move fast, seasons change.
it doesn't seem to stop. Dancing in the wind with our eyes closed, enjoying the music that's being played. We move throughout the
I manifest dreams. I was born in the womb of those infinite waters. I look up at the sky, I see greatness. You take away the stars, can you replace them? Don't destroy what you can't build. Most of us, we live to become ill. Will you wake up, smell the coffee? We got a lot of work to do. We all got the tools we need. Should we ever decide to heal our hearts and minds, to see what we are inside, you will always find
the star. Star. Star.
We all came here to experience whatever we need to. We're all on a different journey, a different path, but we all are together in this. So that's why we sing, and that's why we
Forever
move around
stars.
like stars in the
We come
universe.
and go.
We're just here for a short moment,
Tomorrow's
but we are forever.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. Deep divers, shout out to all of you. Shout out to everyone who's diving deep. Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Take that, take that, take that. Good ass energy I'm sending you. Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Deep divers. I do hope you're taking care of yourself. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat. I haven't done a live for a long time, but I'm back. I haven't forgotten it, deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep. So many wonderful deep divers in the house. So we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. And first and foremost, let's start with gratitude. You know, there's so many things to be grateful for right now. I'm giving thanks every single day. I already made a video. I said, you know what? It's time to go live because I need to talk to the deep divers in real time. And this is a time where so much is happening on the planet. I told you, brace yourself. People, brace yourself, deep divers. Something big is coming. We're going to talk about it. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. I want to the reason why I do these live streams is because I want to hear from you. Sonia Bear, you are appreciated. Shout out to you. What a beautiful sight to see. Ralphie in his bedroom, currently experiencing a work HR challenge. That is a bogus, need to exit the matrix. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone who's here. Deep divers. So, something big is coming. Brace yourself. A lot of people can feel so much happening all around them. And I've got that symbol of the eye opening, because now for the first time, so many people, their eyes are opening like never before. Their eyes are opening for the first time in regards of who they truly are, their purpose, their mission, what they really want in life, but also what's really going on in the world. And, you know, I've been making videos for a little while, diving deep. And I always say, choose love over everything. Make sure you let love guide you, not fear. So many people right now are starting to realize that you have to choose love over everything, because fear is everywhere, in the media, in current events, Russia and Ukraine, COVID, a lot of heavy energy. And right now, we've got to remind ourselves that we actually came here for this moment. We came here for this moment. And a lot is going to happen within the next few months. So you really want to be protecting your energy. You really want to be bracing yourself. You see, everything I spoke of, even in 2018, came true. First and foremost, shout out to everyone who's here. Make sure you smash that like button, deep divers. Give thanks. Also, shout out to everyone who's been getting the wonderful book, Feel Alive by Ralph Smart on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the-book. Become your greatest version. Also, the Good Ass Prana shirts, ralphsmart.com/clothes. Once again, deep divers, give thanks. Leave a comment. If you've got something to say, leave it in the chat. Give thanks, and we're going to talk about it. So, right now on the planet, a lot of people feel like they're in limbo, because a lot of people are getting new information. This is, after all, the entrance into the age of Aquarius. This is, after all, the New World Order. This is, after all, the Great Reset. And this is the reason why so much is happening. It's unbelievable. A lot of people can't keep up. And right now, you have the metaverse. You have all kind of strange things happening on the planet. In one of my videos, I actually displayed this picture. And shout out to the artists. But this sums up how a lot of people have been living on the planet for so long. They've been living like this, in a state of disconnection and in a state of amnesia. And every single day you want to remind yourself to make sure that you are awake and aware to what's going on. because so many people have been brainwashed and are stuck. Shout out to everyone who's here. Make sure you smash that like button, deep divers, and share the link and give thanks. Like I say, gratitude always wins every single day. So we can see so much happening all around the world. We can see so much happening all around the world. And it's because the day of reckoning has come. And the day of reckoning is where human beings have to face the collective shadow they've created. Everything in the external reality is nothing more than a projection of the collective mind. When you realize this, you now see what's going on. And you now see there is a great storm coming. And it's inevitable. This storm is long overdue. And it's growing in intensity. It's growing in intensity. And this is why I told you to brace yourself, because what is happening on the planet is a purge. Before the Great Reset, there was the Cosmic Reset. We are approaching the dawn of a whole new age. And this is the reason why it feels like the whole world is ending. Shout out to everyone who's here. Everyone who's diving deep. Everyone who has their eyes open. Everyone who is in the new earth. Because it is truly the birth of the new earth. And I sure hope, deep divers, every single day you are aware of this, that it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. It's a great time to be alive. At the same time, we are witnessing a great collapse. And we've seen so much happen. We've seen censorship. We've seen people getting cancelled, all at the start of the 2020 shift, Great Conjunction, because that signified the turning of the tide. Make sure, everybody on this live, make sure you pull out your phone, because we got a lot to talk about. Pull out your phone and add me on Instagram right now at Ralph Smart. Once again, pull out your phone and add me on the Instagram at Ralph Smart. Do that right away. Do that right away. Add me on the Instagram, Ralph Smart Infinite Waters, because you see, right now, the truth is coming out. And the good news is that the truth is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. I always tell you, deep divers, to focus on yourself, not on everything that's happening in the world. Focus on yourself and living your best life every single day. Because if you tune in to what's happening around the world, it's not that inspiring if you look at the news, but that's all a distraction to take you away from yourself. I told you, there is a force on this planet, which I coined the inorganic ones, whose sole purpose is to make sure you are in a low frequency and vibration. That's their whole job. And the inorganic ones never take a day off. And they control the entire matrix. And if you don't say, actually, right now I got to free myself because there is a coming storm, and you have to make sure that you are bracing yourself for everything that's coming. Many people now are starting to realize things are moving very quickly. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. We got a lot to talk about, deep divers. Make sure you give thanks. Make sure you smash that like button and share the link. Like I always say, gratitude. I got to say a thank you to Peggy, who gave thanks. Shout out to everyone who's here. Make sure you give thanks every single day. One of the reasons why humanity got into this position was because of a lack of gratitude. That is the reason why much of humanity got into that position in the first place. A lack of gratitude. So always remind yourself every single day to give thanks. Always remind yourself every single day to say thank you. You see, I'm at a stage where I'm able to see things before they happen. I'm also able to realize how people got in this position in the first place, how humanity found itself here in the first place. And it was from a lack of gratitude. So every single day, remind yourself, as your gratitude increases, so does your living conditions improve. But when you have a lack of gratitude, what happens is that you get distracted. And this is how the inorganic ones control you, because they know human beings are very ungrateful. And this is the reason why, like my mentor said, everything is happening for a reason. Brace yourself, something big is happening. Something big is coming. Smash that like button and give thanks. Smash that like button and share the link and give thanks. So many people don't realize everything outside of you is nothing more than what is happening inside the minds of billions of people. It's a mirror. And therefore, we can't just blame the inorganic ones. We also have to take responsibility. Now, a lot is happening in all of our lives. A lot is happening in the world. make sure you're focusing on yourself, but also make sure you realize that solipsism is no longer valid. You know, a lot of people say we create our own reality. Absolutely. But if that was the case, energy around you wouldn't affect you. So in actuality, it's not only us creating our reality, we're co-creators. There is only a collective reality. And this is something which is very hard for people to comprehend, for people to really have a grasp of. And that collective reality is all about you realizing what other people are doing, what other people are going through, what other people are feeling. Fluoride stare is going to affect you. There is no separation. And this is the reason why it is important in these days and times to realize that you can't say it's got nothing to do with you. Because one day it's going to have something to do with you. And this is the reason why I said brace yourself. Shaman, seer, tarot, you are appreciated. Thank you, Ralph, for posting daily. You are appreciated. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. So when you realize there's only a collective reality, and the collective reality sets the tone for the individual reality. And that's why you have to realize we're reaching a tipping point on the planet. Because so many people have chosen to live in ignorance, fall asleep, be distracted. Now this has created a storm. And this is what they were talking about. What the Mayans were talking about, what the ancients were talking about. Because they predicted it. And I want to remind you, there is still a lot that you can do. But I'm not here to just bring you the good news. Things can only get better when you have gratitude. The reason why there's wars, COVID-19, inflation, gas prices going up, all of these things came from human beings' ungratefulness and disconnection to the planet. So it's not just one group of people doing everything. We are also responsible. And this is the biggest thing you want to get your head around, because this is the reason why you have to brace yourself, because we are in the age of the snapping point. And the age of the snapping point, we're seeing it. We're seeing that a lot of people are getting triggered. We've seen it from the Oscars. We've seen people reaching their breaking point, people dealing with their emotions. And this is why I said brace yourself, because this is what happens when you are out of tune with yourself. And this is what happens when millions of people are out of tune with themselves. You're going to have a breaking point. You're going to have a snapping moment. People who you would least expect are going to have to confront their shadow. And a lot is happening right now on the planet. So much is happening on the planet for a reason. For a reason. Because it is cleansing time. It is cleansing time every single day. Once again, shout out to all the deep divers. I want to hear from you. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. Make sure you smash that like button and share the link. Give thanks. And also, take this time to say thank you. Because the coming storm is only going to get stronger. Not because I said so, but because as a clairvoyant, I could already see what would unfold. In 2018, I already made a video what would come about in 2020 and beyond. Everything I said came true. It was only because I was able to tap in. And, you know, this gift, I'm not the only one. There are other seers out there. But we all knew humanity was in for a rude awakening. Simply because humanity has chosen to live in the illusion world. And this is the reason why now more than ever, you want to make sure you are entering the real world. It's always a choice. It's a choice between love or fear. It's a choice between freedom or slavery. And it's a choice between confronting your shadow or living in denial. And many people on the planet have been living in denial for a long time. They've been living in denial for a long, long, long time. And now it's time to face the music. Diving Bear, shout out to you. Gratitude to you, Ralph, and all the deep divers. You are what you love, not what loves you. We are the light, we are the love, and we are the change the world needs to see. Keep the vibes high, one love. Absolutely. 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 Right now, we got to remind ourselves that most definitely we are the change the world needs to see. You see, I was able to flip the script. You know, I give myself these little experiments every now and again. I said, okay, I've been diving deep for a long time, but the goal was always to say, is it possible to inspire millions of people with consciousness? Absolutely. But it is something which takes great mastery. It is a lot easier to follow the crowd. It is a lot easier to distract yourself from your true purpose. Majority of people on the planet are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not in alignment with their true calling. They're not in alignment with their true purpose. And this is the reason why you're going to have to brace yourself, because when someone is not doing their soul mission, exactly what they're supposed to be doing, what happens? What happens, deep divers, when someone is not doing what they're supposed to be doing? Each and every one of you have a job to do. You got a mission to fulfill. What happens when you're not in alignment with your true calling? What happens when you're still pretending on social media, still pretending in a workplace not serving you? What happens to you? It gets depressing. Uh-oh. It gets depressing. Bad things happen. Right? And this is all why you're going to have to brace yourself, because you see, a lot of people still haven't seen their shadow. But you see, this whole time we're living in is where the shadow is going to come out. The shadow is going to come out. And everything you're trying to hide is going to come out to the open. You're going to have to face yourself. And this is the time for it. And this is the reason why you're going to have to brace yourself. It's not about Russia and Ukraine or increased gas prices. It's about the billions of people who still don't know who they truly are. And they now have to go through an awakening, because this is the time for the Great Awakening. We're at the entrance of the age of Aquarius. Each and every human being, the destiny of a human being is to know thyself, is to know who they really are, is to have a better understanding of who they are, an overstanding of who they are, and you can't run away from it. You see, COVID was showing you that you have to slow down. It wasn't an accident that COVID happened. Nothing happens without the universe's permission. Slow motion. Slow motion this side. Nothing happens without the universe's permission. A leaf doesn't fall from a tree without the universe's permission. It's not an accident. But it's all tying into this reset that human beings have to slow down. Once again, deep divers, make sure you smash the like button and share the link. Make sure you give thanks and show appreciation. Once again, I don't have to do live streams. I don't have to make any videos, but I love to do it, because what my mentor taught me is that as you are grateful, so the blessings come. But you see, not everyone is going to be like the sun. There's a lesson to be learned. Not everyone's going to be like the sun. You see, the sun is just shining, right? But you see, you cannot expect the sun to keep shining if you have an attitude of a lack of gratitude. Just like you can't expect beautiful nature spaces, wonderful trees and leaves and great greenery, if people have a lack of gratitude and create concrete jungles. So that's why I told you the reason why everything is happening ultimately comes down to a lack of gratitude. And this is the reason why, you know, there are great things on the horizon. If you've been doing the work, if you've been grateful, this is a great time for you. But if you've not been grateful, And if you've been living someone else's life, brace yourself. If you have been pretending, if you have been hiding who you truly are, you better brace yourself every single day. Now, a lot of deep divers out there. Shout out to all the deep divers. Shout out to everyone who's diving deep. You know, there are so many amazing deep divers I've got to thank, because I didn't get here by myself. You never get here by yourself, deep divers, and this is what humanity has forgotten. We sometimes think that we can just be somewhere by ourselves, or we can get somewhere by ourselves. No, you do it with the help of other people. And that's the reason why Infinite Waters is inspiring millions of people. YouTube Gold Award, all of that. Only because I was able to give thanks to people who are supporting Infinite Waters. And if you are a supporter of Infinite Waters, you are appreciated. And there are a lot of supporters out there. But it's just a tale of unity. When you are unified, anything can happen. Great things happen. When you are unified, you come together like Voltron. But when you have a lot of separation, no one's on the same page, people are disconnected, there's only going to be a war. And that's what's happened to the planet. So in each and every one of our lives, we have to make sure we are an example of the world we want to see. Because if we're not, we're only going to contribute to the chaos around us. You see, you can be part of the problem, or you can be a part of the solution. I sleep fantastic at night because I say, hey, I've done my job. A lot of people don't realize that everybody has a role to play. And everybody is important, significant, and needed. And what's happened in a lot of the world is that people have gone into idol worship. And that goes back to you not living the life you came here to live. It goes back to you not believing enough in yourself to realize you are the actual celebrity. Right? So many human beings, you know, I could act all bougie and say, you know what, I don't want to show my face, but I'm always showing my face because I walk with the people. And this is the reason why I connect with the people. And a lot of people have been sold this illusion that you got to be kind of elusive. Right? And this is the big deception that's happened, because people praise people who poison them. And this was the whole agenda the inorganic ones had prepared and planned a long time ago, thousands of years ago. And they engineered you to love ignorance. And this is the reason why you have a choice to make right now. Are you gonna support the truth, light workers, chosen ones doing the work, or are you gonna support the false idols? Because the false idols are not gonna support you. They're gonna bring you back into the matrix. Once again, deep divers, smash that like button and share the link. Oh, we're having fun today. Raising the frequency. Smash the like button and share the link. So remind yourself, right now you want to be in a state of gratitude. You want to be in a state of gratitude. I'm always supporting people who are doing the work. I always was supporting people who was doing the work. Because I realized that these people are important. My mentor, coming up, people who I looked up to. I was always saying thank you, always giving thanks, because I realized that these people were giving me more than anybody else. So right now we have to be aware of this to say, actually, let's continue to support the real and not the fake. That is essential. All the time, let's continue to support the real and not the fake. Because you see, something strange happens. If you've noticed, you know, a lot of people have left kind of sharing knowledge and all of these things. A lot of people have stopped doing it on a mainstream platform. People do it, but they have a private membership, or they have a secret society, or they have a masterclass where only certain people can come in who are grateful. Well, that's understandable, because, you know, you don't throw pearls at swine. And that's why even me, there are only things that I talk to people who are really on that same frequency, who can really absorb the information and who really are grateful. Because you have to remind yourself, everything is about energy exchange. Everything is about energy exchange. So brace yourself, something big is coming. You see, if you have the eyes to see, if you got the eyes to see, if you are on your journey, going through nature, if you are connecting with yourself, you'll always be in a state of gratitude. A lot of people that was light. Like I say, a lot of people, for example, in 2012, 2011, 2012, there was a lot of information. There was even more information then than now. And that's ironic, right? There was more information in 2012 than now, because now the internet has become censored. Google has kind of taken things out of the algorithms to stop the truth getting out there. So now it's a lot harder for people to find information that is neutral. There's a lot of information, but a lot of the information is controlled. And this is the reason why you're going to have to brace yourself, because there is going to come a time where the information is not going to be out there. There is not going to be anybody to speak for you, to stand up for you, unless you are able to see the value of the people who are doing it. See, anybody who is sharing a message, a light worker, I'm always supporting. I'm always rooting for them to say, okay, keep doing it. And that's what you also have to be aware of, because you see, one thing about the inorganic ones is that they work together, they stick together, and they're on code. So even though they deceive and they keep people in fear, at the same time, they stick together. And this is what human beings don't know how to do. But it can change, and it is changing. But you just have to realize that now it's time for people to realize the times we're living in. You know, a lot is happening. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. You know, I'm just diving deep diving. Shout out to everyone who's here. Smash the like button, get it in the algorithm, share the link once again. Smash the like button, get it in the link, get it in the algorithm. Smash the like button and share this video. Brace yourself, something big is coming. And, you know, when I do these live streams, it's not just about me talking. I want to hear from you. I want to see, I want to hear, I want to know what you're going through. And it's just an insight into seeing people. And I know a lot of people are grateful. A lot of people are grateful. But you see, gratitude is an action, not just a statement. It's an action, not just a statement. Always remind yourself of that. And remind yourself that if you want the awakening to accelerate, if you want more people to wake up, if you want more peace, it's got everything to do with you sponsoring the awakening movement. It's got everything to do with you doing that. It's got everything to do with you saying, actually, I'm supporting that. Because you see, a lot of people like myself, other people who are diving deep, we're just helping. I'm just a humanitarian first and foremost. but I don't have to do it. I love to do it. I choose to do it. But you see, I've already reached to such a level where I'm in the OG position. I'm in the master teacher position. I'm in the role of ushering in new ones. I'm a gatekeeper. 33. 33. And this is the reason why I didn't get here by myself. I was chosen to be in this position. I was chosen to be in this position. Someone said, okay, I choose you. And I said, choose me to do what? I choose you to bring a message to the people. Okay. And I started to realize how this worked. And through humility, you get chosen. And they said, just share. And you will always be taken care of. You'll live in abundance, happiness, love, peace, prosperity. It will all come to you. Everything that was said came to pass. And I was grateful. And I'm always grateful. Because I realize this is a mission, a calling. And there are many people behind the scenes helping Infinite Waters, supporting Infinite Waters. Just like there are also many people who are helping you when you move into gratitude to be helped. So just remind yourself, sometimes we can also block our own blessings. We can block our own blessings. We can be in our own way. Many people around the world are feeling a heavy energy. And it is because, once again, people have not had time to slow down and really see that you've been living on the outside. It's time to start living on the inside. And it's time to realize you have to come back to truth. You have to come back to heart, and you have to lose this fear. Fear has two meanings. Forget everything and run. Face everything and rise. The choice is yours. You know, a lot of people are afraid to be themselves. A lot of people are afraid to do what they really feel is right. A lot of people are afraid to stand in their power. And this is the reason why you're going to have to brace yourself, because something big is coming. At the same time, it's an opportunity for you, if you are stuck, still not really in your truth, it's a time for you to come back there. It's a time for you to move back there. Shout out to everyone who's here, everyone who's diving deep. Make sure you smash that like button. Smash that like button. Give thanks. Hit that super chat. Give thanks. Hit that tip page. Give thanks. Once again, doing these live streams is only the icing on the cake. I just want to connect with deep divers. But if you are someone who is in the chat room, remind yourself to give thanks. Because once again, if you want to keep the live streams going, you're going to have to hit the super chat. You're going to have to hit the tip page. You're going to have to show gratitude. Because we got a lot of people. So far, only two people have put in the super chat. So you got to remind yourself that I'm already in a position of gratitude and abundance, but I'm showing you as a lesson to learn gratitude. To say, okay, don't expect, because that's the thing with human beings, you expected something for free. And this is the reason why the information you get, people have gone somewhere else. Love our new shout out to you. Thanks, Ralph. Grateful for you. You are appreciated. Shout out to you. This is the reason why people have gone elsewhere. Because, like I say, how is Ralph Smart supporting Infinite Waters? Each and every one of you. Making videos day in, day out for years. But what's happened? Universe has blessed me tenfold. But how do you express gratitude? So hit that super chat, hit that tip page, because like I say, you see, everything changes. Everything changes. But I just want you to remind yourself, everything is an energy exchange. Everything is an energy exchange. And this is the reason why, like I say, this is what my mentor taught me. He said, Ralph, you're going to have to give thanks. You're going to have to express gratitude. If you want something, you have to give something. If you want something, you have to give something. And as you give, so shall you receive. This is a cosmic law of the universe. As you want something, so you have to give. Oh, you want a YouTube Gold Award, Ralph? You're going to have to give. Oh, nearly 500 million views on YouTube. You're going to have to give. You're going to have to impact people. You can't expect something without giving something. So that's what I'm telling you. Don't just expect without giving anything. Because a lack of gratitude is the reason why people live in suffering. I had to learn to be thankful. I had to learn gratitude. And that's the reason why I'm manifesting. And I'm always going to manifest. Moral support, shout out to you. Been watching you for 6 years now. Grateful for all the work you put into elevating willing individuals. Bless you. Shout out to you. Just gratitude, simple gratitude is needed. And I always got to remind you, because you cannot expect something without giving something. You cannot expect something without giving something first. And this is when I say brace yourself, something big is coming. It's simply because of that reason. People have just waited in the wings, expecting something without doing anything. You're expecting the world to change without you doing anything. You're expecting for someone to drop a new video without you expressing gratitude. And this is the reason why the world is in the state it's in. Because people forgot gratitude. You see, don't get it confused. The most grateful people are the most abundant people. The most grateful people are the most abundant people. I'm not struggling to make it, deep divers. I already got a YouTube Gold Award, already inspiring millions of people. It's not going to affect me. I just want you to learn this secret. Because that's the reason why I moved up the ranks. Because I had to learn you cannot expect something without giving something back. A lot of the information I got, I had to pay for it willingly. And it was a lot of money. I had to support my mentors. I had to do all of that because I had to realize you can't expect something without giving something back. Every day, remind yourself of that. Levy, shout out to you. Thanks, Ralph. Much love. You are appreciated. You see, so when we remind ourselves the importance, once again, brace yourself, something big is coming. We can see what's happening in the world. Russia and Ukraine, increased gas prices, COVID, all of these things. But ultimately, when we take a look at many human beings in the world, they are in this position because collectively they've created an environment of a lack of gratitude. And when you are someone who has a lack of gratitude, you will always be poor. And this is the reason why I'm tying in gratitude to everything that's happening. When you are grateful, you are connected. When you are grateful, you are in your heart space. When you are grateful, you realize you can never get something for nothing. If you want to receive something, you must be willing to give something. So if you want to receive a more beautiful world, you must be willing to give something beautiful. Preach it, Ralph. If you want to receive a better environment, you must be willing to make sure you are also an example of the environment you wish to create. It all starts there. We must become an example of the world we wish to see. Smash that like button, deep divers, and share this link. Smash that like button and share this link. Smash that like button and share this link. Hit that super chat. Hit that tip page and give thanks. You see, like I said, there's so much information I have to get into. But everybody has to be on board. Everybody has to be in a state of gratitude before the information can get shared. And this is how it's always been. And this is how it always is. As you are grateful, so you will receive. Show me your gratitude level, and I'll show you your manifestation level. Woo! So, brace yourself. Many people on the planet have been disconnected. Once again, with a lack of gratitude, with separation, with ego, with living outside of themselves. And I always say, make sure you are focusing on yourself every single day. Make sure you are focusing on yourself. Make sure you are connecting with like minds. Make sure you are supporting the real and not the fake. And then you've done your job. That's what it's always been, and that's how it always is. Make sure. Young Flood, shout out to you. You are appreciated. So, one of the big themes that has been on the planet is that a lot of people are feeling very strange. And I actually did a video about it. Shall I release it, deep divers? You know, I might release it after this, but I'll see. I'll see. But, you know, there is a lot of strange things happening. A lot of strange things happening. So, biggest thing, El Mendoza, you are appreciated. The biggest thing is to realize, first and foremost, the unexamined life is not worth living. Before we can do anything, before we can receive anything, we must be in a state of gratitude. And this is the reason why so many people have been left in ignorance. You see, one thing about the inorganic ones is that, believe it or not, they work together and they're grateful for each other. And human beings have to be unified. We have to be awake and aware to realize that that is the only salvation. You might say it's a wicked world. No, we've created this, and you are a part of what you see around you, and you can change it by changing yourself. And it means that you now have to realize the reason why it seems the inorganic ones are always winning is because, believe it or not, the inorganic ones know about universal law. And they know that we got to stick together. It can only be a few of us. But you see, 3 people who are unified are more powerful than 1,000 people who are disconnected. Oh my gosh. You only need a very small amount of people who are unified, and they can move mountains. And there's a lot of human beings, but a lot of human beings have been disconnected from themselves, each other, separated through race, religion, nationality. And on the top of the pyramid, they all work together. They all work together. And a shout out to you. Blessings to you, Ralph, for keeping us informed and for all of your love and wisdom. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. And I want to hear from you. Deep divers, hit that super chat, hit that tip page, give thanks, hit that super chat, hit that tip page, give thanks, smash that like button, and share the link. We got a whole lot to talk about. I haven't even started yet. Brace yourself. Something big is coming. Can you feel the great awakening upon us? A lot of people's eyes are starting to open, and that's the good news. You know, let's talk about some great things that are happening in the world. You know, Babylon is falling, and it's because time is up. The inorganic ones, their time is up. It was written a long time ago that we would leave this age one day and we will enter a whole new age. And this is the new age we're in. And there's talk about it everywhere. Some people call it a great reset. Some people call it Armageddon. Some people call it the apocalypse. Some people call it the rapture. The Gnostics talked about the end times. We're in the end times. We're in the whole collapse of something which has been going on for a long time. And this is the reason why the way you have been living is no longer going to cut it. You're either going to fly or you're going to drown. There's no in between. And not everyone's going to make it. And this is the reason why you have to make sure you're in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. We are in the age of revelations. Literally. We're in the age of the shadow. This is the shadow age. This is the shadow age, where you see people's true colors. You see their shadows. You see people for who they are. You see everything for what it is. The veil is being lifted. And this is the great time we're in. Brace yourselves, people. Something big is coming. People, for the first time, just like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, they're going behind the curtain. And this is the reason why something big is coming. Because you have people who are now doing their own research, taking matter into their own hands, and not believing what they were once told. Belief is the only thing that runs reality. Once you remove that, reality can change. And that's what's happening. That's the reason why there's a whole entire paradigm shift. Because what people used to believe in is no longer believable. Illusions are breaking. And I told you, everything is symbolic. Everything is symbolic. Even the Oscars, that was symbolic of the veil being lifted, shadows coming out, things going off script. All of this symbolism is what's happening in the higher realms. That this is the age of the true you coming out, the suppressed emotions coming out. A lot of people are dealing with a lot of suppressed emotions, living in this matrix. People suppress their emotions. They hide their emotions. And all of that is coming out to the surface. And you can't run away from it. And you're going to have to face it. And this is the reason why, if you've been doing the work, the inner work, that's amazing. If you've been working on yourself, that's fantastic. If you've been getting into the knowledge, reading esoteric books, information, that's amazing. If you've been getting focused on where you need to be in your career, in your job, to say, actually, it better be benefiting me in the long run. That's what it's about, because a lot of people are going to be stuck. You see, we're living in a world where many people have become disconnected. I call it the great disconnection. And this is the reason why you're going to have to brace yourself, because you see, the younger generation, what I call the Apple generation, are glued to their phones. Technology is not bad. We need technology to use it to empower ourselves. But you see, people have been sold an illusion that technology is greater than human beings. And this is the reason why it is time to realize that the whole agenda is to replace you with technology. And this is why you want to hold on to your humanity instead of the virtual insanity. We've heard talk of the metaverse. We've heard talk of all of these things. You see, a lot of people on the planet, this amazing art, Alex Gross, the woman, sheep behind her, this is really a great depiction of modern reality for a lot of people. And now there is a turning of the tide, because people are now saying, I don't want that anymore. And that's the good news. You know, enough people are saying, I don't want that. I don't want to be a zombie. And that's fantastic. And right now you've got a choice. You can remain a zombie, or you can remain free. You can remain in the matrix, or you can start to get your ass out of the matrix. Smash that like button, deep divers, and give thanks. Oh, we're just starting. We're just starting. We got a whole lot to talk about. Smash that like button. Hit that super chat, hit that tip page, give thanks. Heather Chip, you are appreciated. I want to read your comments. I want to know how you're finding it, deep divers. Everything that's happening. Heather Chip, you are appreciated. Thank you. I'm going back to gardening from my massage therapist today. Big decision today. Big decision day, following my heart. Thank you. You are appreciated. That's what it's always about. You see, when your eyes really open, you realize that you got to start saying, actually, how did I come to live? And we came here to go back into nature. You know, we came to be free in the heart of nature. This is the life that we should be investing in, the free life. This is the life that we should be investing in, the natural life, gardening, agriculture, vegetation, soil. And thank goodness that you're doing that, Heather. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. And a lot of people are starting to do that. A lot of people are starting to really realize that they have to start thinking of a plan B. They have to start thinking of a way out. And that's what it's always about. Shout out to everyone who's doing me movement in the house. Shout out to you. You are appreciated. Thank you, King. You are appreciated. Shout out to all the deep divers who are, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So, brace yourselves. Something big is coming. You see, we're living in a world of a great inversion. And Joe Black, you are appreciated. We're living in a world of the great inversion. And the inorganic ones reversed everything. But you see, now things are becoming undone. The spell that humanity was casting is becoming undone. And that's the good news. A lot of people were sold a dream, not just the American dream. They were sold a dream that all you have to do is what everyone else is doing. It's what I call the hive mind programming. And this is the reason why many people are going to be in for a rude awakening. In your life right now, you should be asking yourself, am I in my divine purpose? Am I doing exactly what I should be doing? Also, am I aware, but also acting upon the awareness? A lot of people have read a few books, but there's a difference between reading about it and actually living it. And this is the great leap we all have to take to say, actually, right now I've got to start living it. I've got to start actually not just reading about it, talking about it, but embodying it. Brace yourselves, people. Something big is coming. If you've noticed, a lot of people have been feeling a heavy energy because of the collective mood. And this is why it's so essential, so important for you to cleanse your aura, cleanse your energy every single day, protect your energy, because there is a lot of heavy energy and it's only going to increase until people surrender. It's only going to get worse until people see the truth. And this is the reason why everything that you see happening around you is all part of the same problem. Smash that like button, deep divers, and share the link. I'm just a messenger, 369 TV. We appreciate you, light worker. Keep the message going because it's near. You are appreciated. And we have to remind ourselves that all of these things happening are nothing but symptoms. And this is the reason why right now you want to keep your eyes open. You want to be making sure you are connecting with your higher self, your authentic self, your divine self, because that is what can free you. You see, when you take a look at what's happening in the world, whether it's with Russia and Ukraine, all of these are symptoms. This painting, another great painting by the great artist. A lot of people have been sold into materialism and narcissism. And this is the reason why you're going to have to brace yourself, because people have been living under a spell, and They actually thought that it's got nothing to do with me. And this image just sums up modern reality in the Matrix. So what do we see? We see a woman, we see Dior, but in the background, we see tanks. So the woman is saying, I'm on my phone right now. I don't care about what's going on over there. You got Mackie D's in the back as well. So it's just showing that this is how a lot of people are living on the planet. And this is why people are going to have to brace themselves, because people have fallen asleep. When you have fallen asleep into the illusion, you even forget what's happening around you. Consumerism, narcissism, and also ignorance. And this is the reason why in a world of sheep, you want to say right now, it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, because a lot is happening for a reason. It's happening because people fell asleep. And therefore, we cannot actually blame anyone in particular, because reality is nothing more than the collective consciousness mind. Reality is nothing more than the collective consciousness mind. Everything that's happening outside of you is a part of the collective mind. Slow motion this side. Say it again, Ralph. Everything that is happening outside of you that you see is a part of the collective mind. It's not an abstract thing. It's what's going on in the mind of billions of people. And therefore, you can't blame a group of people. Everybody is responsible. We created this, and we are going to get ourselves out of this when humanity takes responsibility for the shadow, the collective shadow. Once again, the shadow is right here. I don't want to know what's going on. It's got nothing to do with me, but it's still there. So this is how people have sold themselves into the illusion. A lot of people, you're not here just to save the world, not at all. You're here to be free. But at the same time, you have to realize that it only ever takes one candle to light 1,000. And if you're not in your job, just imagine your favorite book didn't exist. What is your favorite book, deep divers? Imagine that didn't exist. Imagine your favorite mentor never made videos. Imagine there was no Infinite Waters. Ciara Era, you are appreciated. At this point in my journey, I've begun to follow my heart more, and I'm still confused about so many things, but I don't let it stop me. Gratitude. Keep following your heart. You know, keep following your heart, and also keep realizing you came here for a higher mission and a bigger purpose than yourself. So just imagine your favorite book wasn't written. Just imagine there was no Infinite Waters. I could have said, you know, I just want to talk on the phone and do this. But I realized there was no time for that. We're in a spiritual warfare right now. And this is the reason why, shout out to all the people who are doing the work. We call it the great work, who are doing the great work, putting out messages, because you are the foundation for the awakening. But a lot of people who have been lulled into the deep sleep, they're going to be in for a rude awakening, because there's a storm coming. Oh, there's a big storm coming, and it's going at a very high speed. It's moving at a very high speed. And that storm is growing larger and larger. And it's not just affecting one country, but it's engulfing the whole planet. And this is why you have to brace yourself and remind yourself the only way to stop this storm is to make sure you are on the side of truth, love, and raising the frequency. What's the storm? You're asking, what's the storm? The storm is humanity's shadow. The storm is humanity's shadow. This is the storm that's coming. That's the storm that's coming. You see, when you say it's got nothing to do with me, ignorance is the storm. Ignorance is the storm. It's going to catch you off guard because you're not even aware of what's happening in your environment, because a lot of people are out of tune with themselves. And it's about the balance. I use technology, but I use technology to empower millions of people and myself. So if you are using this technology, it's not a bad thing, but use it to awaken people. Use it to spread a message. Use it to get something out there that can help other people. And that's how you're winning. That's how you can turn this storm around. Shout out to everyone who's here. Make sure you smash the like button, deep divers. Share this link. Smash the like button, share this link, hit that super chat, hit that tip page, and give thanks. Brace yourselves, people. Something big is coming. You see, a lot of people are feeling it right now. A lot of people are feeling intense changes. Are you feeling it too, deep divers? A lot of people are feeling intense changes. And you're not the only one. It is because Babylon is falling and the matrix is collapsing and the veil is being lifted and many people are losing hope in what they once believed in. Once that happens, once we reach the tipping point, which we have, now you have a choice to make. The Titanic has hit the iceberg. That's where the world finds itself today. We've hit the iceberg. It's not a question of is the ship sinking? They already started playing music in the front. So you have a choice. You can stay on the ship or you can get off. You can stay in the matrix or you can start saying, actually, right now, I want to be free. I want to live in nature. I want to get off the grid. I want to get more into agriculture. All of these things. It's always a choice, because I made that video, the next pandemic, right? Another pandemic that's about to happen. And it's going to be happening. I'll do another video on it. But COVID isn't going away. In the matrix, if you're out of it, it's already gone. But if you're in the matrix, it's not going away. And this is the reason why you have to prepare yourself to say, okay, right now, I've got to be self-sufficient. You've seen gas prices going up, right? In some countries, as much as 50%. Gas, energy, electricity, the prices are going up, inflation, and it's not going to go down until Babylon falls, because this is the final end game. And the only way out is for you to remind yourself that you have a choice to make. You can say, it's got nothing to do with me. And this is how you get trapped. But if you say, actually, I can be in the heart space and I can be the example of the world I wish to see. And this is how the great change happens. We've all become so many people have become Manchurian candidates. They've become MK Ultra candidates. They don't even realize it, because people have been conditioned in society. And therefore, it's going to take a lot to unlearn what you learned and to let go of those programs. It's going to take a whole lot. It's going to take a whole lot to unbrainwash yourself. And you know, I liken it to people who, we're going to come to that. Smash that like button, deep divers, and share the link. Smash the like button, hit that super chat, hit that Cash App, hit that tip page and give thanks. Vogel, I'm in love with this girl and I want to know how to get her. I'm not sure if she got the vax or not, but what can I do to save her and get her to love me though? All you got to remind yourself of is focus on yourself and be in a frequency where people can't resist your magnificent charm, your energy. And that's what you got to do, Vogel. You know, go and watch my video on attraction, how to make yourself more attractive. But that's a great question. So right now, what we are seeing is a collective shadow. And the Mayans predicted it. Other ancient cultures predicted it. In the pyramids, the Emerald tablets spoke about this time. Thoth, Tahuti, it all goes back to Egypt. And when you realize that human beings have moved so far away from their superpowers, there was a time when giants walked the earth, the Nephilim. There was a time when humans were almost superhuman. But then they began to lose their power because they got under the spell. Shout out to everyone who's here. Meditative Muse, you are appreciated. Fear is the mind killer. Love is the answer. May love and appreciation always be with you and everyone here. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. You are appreciated. So, yes, fear is the mind killer. And this is what we have to get out of. This is our salvation. This is our salvation, you see. Great point. Something big is coming. And right now, you should be connecting with like minds as much as possible. You should be collecting phone numbers, knowing where people live who are on the same frequency and vibration as you, getting together with these people, also staying connected to people. You know, there's been a lot of censorship. People have been deplatformed. I even had one of my videos removed because of all of that. And that's why I tell you, make sure if you are on this live, pull out your phone right now, add me on the Instagram, Ralph Smart. Once again, pull out your phone right now, follow me on Instagram, Ralph Smart. Once again, pull out your phone, follow me on the Instagram, Ralph Smart. Do that right away. And, you know, with the censorship, you know, right now, it's an opportunity for us to say, actually, that's why I have my website, ralphsmart.com. Ralphsmart.com, because I realize that, see, YouTube has changed. Have you noticed that, deep divers? YouTube has changed. There was a time on YouTube where you could say anything and you could speak your truth. You still can, but you got to kind of be more clever with it. But now the internet is there's a lot of control. And this is the reason why you want to brace yourself for that. And you also want to prepare yourself to say, actually, right now, I have to create my own app, have my own website. In this day and age, everybody should have their own website or something where they're not just governed by someone else's guidelines and rules. Somewhere where you can post, share without censorship. MTL, you are appreciated. Huge energy coming today. Let's vibrate with it and amplify it through our heart. Ooh, I like that. Absolutely. That's what we got to do. Let's vibrate with it and amplify it through our heart. That's all we have to do every single day. That's all we have to do every single day. Vibrate with it, amplify it through our heart. You know, one of the things is that if we take a look at a lot of what's happening in the world, you know, the whole world is in disharmony collectively. And everything you see happening are expressions of it. you know, sometimes you might be with someone and they're so glued to their phone, they don't even talk to you. So people are more interested in talking to their phone than you. But this is all part of the human 2.0 agenda. And this is what you have to brace yourself for, because the whole goal is to replace you with this. And this is the reason why, if you've noticed, everywhere you go is self-service. You're talking to a machine. You're talking to the AI. And eventually, they want to turn you into the AI. That's the whole goal. This is the reason why you have to brace yourself for what's coming. Because the AI is coming. It's already here. And they're coming for your place. The AI is coming for your place, deep divers. And this is the reason why it's so essential to make sure that you are connecting with real human beings. Because a lot of people don't realize what you're seeing is what I call the artificial intelligence tiptoe. The artificial intelligence tiptoe. That's what you're seeing. It's happening slowly. And eventually, the whole goal is to make sure that human beings become androids. They already have AI that can reproduce. They already have AI which can reproduce, living robots who can already have babies. But what you have to realize is that this is the reason why you have to brace yourself, because we're coming to a point in time where the separation is going to become indistinguishable. You're not going to be able to tell the difference between a human and an AI. They're going to become the same thing. I was in the Apple store, and just seeing how this technology is moving so fast. Like, we're wearing the technology. Soon, people are going to become it. And this is the reason why you want to brace yourself, because already there are websites, Second Life. Already people are in the metaverse. And this is the reason why you have to brace yourself for being around people who are humanoids, even though they look human. That point is coming. That time is coming. Smash that like button, deep divers, and give thanks. Smash that like button, hit that super chat, hit that tip page. Give thanks, Rob. La Pen, you are appreciated. Warriors of the Rainbow, we're building a place of peace and safety in the USA. United We Stand .network, the Native American Church of Turtle Island. You are appreciated, Rob. That's amazing. And that's wonderful to see that. I've spoken to a lot of people who are doing great things. Rob is one of them. I've spoken to Rob, who is, go and check out his work, Deep Divers. But a lot of people are, a lot of people are thinking of things and doing things, not just thinking about them, but actually building places where people can live at one with the universe, how we intended to be. Right? We intended to live. We are supposed to be living at one with the whole universe. This is how we should be living every day. And the good news is that people like Rob and other people are now realizing that this is what we have to invest in as much as possible. And this is really what we have to brace ourselves for. The inorganic ones, They are going to hit you with food shortages. They are going to hit you with all kind of things. And you have to be prepared to say, actually, I'm okay because, you know, right now I'm growing my own fruits and vegetables. I'm getting hungry. 7-day vegan challenge. I'm eating to live. I'm good. You see, I liken everything that's happening to the trap. You know, a lot of people fell for the bait. And this is the reason why from the tap water, the fluoride, this is the fluoride stare, great artwork. From the fluoride stare, this is what you're dealing with. And it's been a whole agenda. I remember I used to love fast food when I was young at one point. Then I realized it's a trap. Because when you love fast food, you feel terrible afterwards. Then, you know, somehow, some way I stumbled across a fruit market. And I said, oh, see, there's a difference between the fake and the real. And this is why it's so essential to see that, you know, there's this split happening in the world between 3D and 5D. And everything you see outside of you is because human beings ran away from themselves. Reality is nothing more than the collective mind. And this is the reason why I say it's a distraction. If it's not helping you evolve, it's a distraction. Pardon? If it's not helping you evolve, it's a distraction. If they're not helping you evolve, they're a distraction. So anytime, always be mindful to say, are they helping me evolve? You see, before you listen to anyone, ask yourself, are they helping me evolve? Are they helping me evolve? If you watch the news, ask yourself, are they helping you evolve? All of these are the questions you want to ask yourself, because a lot of people never ask themselves this question. If you are working somewhere, can you really express yourself when you're there? Do they know who you really are? Because a lot of people don't realize that with the next pandemic, that the inorganic ones have ready, a lot of people don't realize that you have to be aware that where you work, you might have to do certain things to stay there. A lot of people lost their jobs because they didn't want to be on board with that. And if you are working somewhere, you have to realize that you are choosing this, and you have to know what it means for you to be there. They might ask you for the 4th shot, the 5th shot, the 6th shot, the 8th shot. And you have to be okay. But this is the reason why a lot of people are starting to go back into nature. A lot of people are starting to free themselves. A lot of people are starting to choose themselves. You see, one of the things, brace yourself, something big is coming. One of the things I want to tell you, deep divers, is that a lot of what you see happening is a distraction. And it's always to keep you divided. See, this is how the inorganic ones control you. They need you to choose sides. Pardon? They need you to choose sides. So when you realize that how you empower yourself is to not choose a side, this is symbolic of your eye being open, your Ajna chakra. Losing duality, not choosing a side, remaining neutral. And this is how you free yourself. Because you got to remind yourself, for example, the Oscars, you had Chris Rock, you had Will Smith, this, that, but when you realize the whole world is a stage and there are always energy harvesting rituals happening. You see, a lot of people don't know about the occult, but it's actually occultists who run the world. And occult practices started with people wearing masks. It started with people realizing the world is make-believe. And that's why Shakespeare said the whole world is a stage. And in ancient times, they had rituals, and they still go on till this day. And it's all about conjuring up energy from the masses. And this is the reason why when you see something happening, don't get so emotionally involved in it. Always say, I'm going to choose myself. I'm going to stay neutral. And this is how you hold on to your energy, because a lot of people are thrown off. For example, if you are shown something bad, all of a sudden you feel bad. It's like your energy has gone. And you want to remind yourself that's energy harvesting. They need you in a fear state. You don't want to choose sides. You want to choose yourself. And this is how to free yourself. Slow motion this side. Because the whole world is a stage. And it's all created for you to always be outside of yourself. You're focusing on everything except yourself, your own journey, your own evolution. You should be focusing on yourself and living your best life. So don't get caught up in other people's illusions. Focus on your inner truth every single day, and that will always serve you. That's a slow motion. Smash that like button, deep divers. Give thanks. Smash that like button. Share the link. You know, and that's something which I actually was realizing. You don't want to get caught up in choosing sides. Start choosing yourself. Because once again, the whole world is a stage. And when you realize this, you get a lot smarter, wiser, and you realize it's all a trap to begin with. Vegan B, you are appreciated. You know, so like I say, deep divers, we're living in powerful times. Brace yourself, protect your energy, and remind yourself the only way out is in. The only way out is in. Everything happening outside of you is all part of the distraction. So remind yourself, until humanity faces its collective shadow, chaos will prevail. But the moment humanity says it's time to lose separation, nationality, race, religion, all of these things which have been dividing people, now we'll start to see results. So, deep divers, powerful, powerful show. Remind yourself, fear. Fear can mean two things. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. The choice is yours. Do not allow yourself to live another day in fear. And make sure you let love guide you and not fear. Let love guide you and not fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. At the same time, because many people have chosen to live in ignorance, the day of reckoning is coming. People are going to have to face themselves. They're going to have to wake up from the dream they've been in. And because of this, you're going to see a lot of chaos. Most people are still plugged in. They haven't even woken up yet. And when they do, they're going to be in for a rude awakening, because they're going to start to see that they're going to have to take a look at themselves. So if you are someone who is taking a look at yourself, you're going within every single day, that's amazing. Continue to do that every single day. That's what's needed. And, you know, deep divers, like I say, much love to everyone in the chat. All the deep divers here, you are truly appreciated. Truly appreciated. And how are you enjoying the live stream, deep divers? How are you enjoying the show? How are you enjoying it? How am I sounding out here, deep divers? How are we sounding out there, deep divers? You know, but it's always so good to do these live streams, because so much is happening. So much is happening that I have to just talk to you in live time. How are we sounding out here? You know, so much love to all of you. Now, this was a powerful show. Can you handle another video? If you can, just say yeah or no. I could post it tomorrow. But I just said, let me just jump on a live stream. But if you want the regular upload, just say I need to see that upload, Ralph. Because I was really diving deep in that video as well. All right, deep divers, much love to all of you. You are appreciated. Always remind yourself, let love guide you, not fear. There's nothing to be afraid of. You are all appreciated. I got love for each and every one of you. Once again, due to the censorship, make sure you add me on Instagram at Ralph Smart, at Infinite Waters. Do that right away. Add me on Instagram right now at Ralph Smart, at Infinite Waters. You got a message me there. Also, deep divers, you are appreciated. I'll be back again. Stay tuned. Much love to all of you. We out. Peace. I'm so happy. The whole world is just beginning. We already won.